Hello everybody, my name is Walter and this is episode 44 of my Redstone Commands series. In this episode I would like to cover the team command. Now this command is obviously used to manage teams in Minecraft, which can be quite useful, for example, if you have a minigame where you have different groups of players competing against each other, or maybe you have a quest, let's say an escort quest, and you want to make sure that everyone who is part of this escort group can be addressed very easily with a target selector. That's where you could use a team to make that feasible. There is one major limitation here though, and that is that entities can only be part of a single team at a time. Which team can change, but it's always only a single team. If you change membership, you lose the old membership, basically. Once you are part of a team or someone is part of a team, you can very easily address them using target selectors with the filter option for team. Or if you just want to send a message to someone in your team, you can just use the team message command, which is very comfortable in this case. And with that, let's get to the syntax for this command. Essentially, there are three groups of functionalities for this command. The first is dealing with the teams themselves. Then we have team memberships. And then finally, we have an option to fine-tune the different attributes of a team. Let's start at the top. If you want a list over all available teams, you start with team and continue with list and stop there. If instead you want a list of all the members of a given team, you would continue with the name, the internal identifier of the team. Where does this identifier come from? Well, it comes from the creation of the team. For that, you will start with team, then add, and then you will specify this internal name. Basically just a series of characters and maybe numbers. You can freely choose, more or less at least. And obviously this should be unique for any team. If you stop there, you have also at the same time defined the so-called display name of that. So that would be what you would get back as a feedback if you had a listing command for teams, for example. If you instead continue and define a display name, which is a JSON text, so you can make it bold, give it color, and so on, then instead the display name will be displayed in command feedbacks and similar. So here you can actually define and fine-tune how the teams look, for example, in a leaderboard or similar. If you don't need a team anymore, you have two options. You can either just remove all of its members with the team empty and then the identifier, or you can altogether delete the team using team, then remove, and then the name of the team. To add someone to a team, you will start with team, then join, then the name of the team, and then whoever you want to add to the team. This can be a player name, this can be a target selector, this can be a unique identifier. If you don't define a member, then whoever is executing this command will be added instead. If you want to remove someone from whatever team they are part of, it's even a bit easier. You just write team, then leave, and then the, again, unique identifier, player name, target selector. You don't even need to specify which team, since players or well, entities can always only be part of a single team. So it's not needed here. And the last option is to fine-tune, as I said, attributes. For that, we start with team, then modify, and then the name of the team again. And then we need to choose which option, which attribute you want to change or modify. And here I have written down what is currently available. So the display name can be changed after the fact. We can add a color for different display names. We can enable, disable friendly fire. We can make friendlies that are invisible visible to us. We can make the name text visible. We can change whether def messages are visible. We can have players interacting with collision. We can add prefixes or suffixes to the names of players that are part of a given team. And once you have chosen which attribute to modify, you have to give it a value. Obviously, this depends on what type of attribute you're talking about. I would actually recommend looking into the wiki. Link should be in the description of this video, since this is a bit too much for this video here. And with that, let's get to the examples. Just a very quick example. First of all, let's have a look what teams are currently available. For that, I'm just going to use the command here. And you can see currently there is just one team, my team. So let's change that. Let's add a new team. So I'm adding a new team with the internal name gold. And this team has a given display name. And if I activate this, you can see I have the Sons of the Sun activated. And if I now check for the teams, I now have two teams. So let's add a new member. So I'm adding to the team gold the nearest armor stand, which is the armor stand over there. And if I were to now check all of the team members of gold, I would get the unique identifier of this very armor stand over there. Very, very nice. So let's grab just another armor stand. Let's plonk it down. And let's also add that one. And if I now check the team, you can see we have now two armor stands inside of our membership. So that's that part. Very easily explained. And now let's actually make use of the selector by killing everyone who is part of Team Gold. And as you can see, that's how easy it is once you have your team set up. And obviously now there are no members of this team. Finally, let's remove the Team Gold. And with that, we have cleaned up our minigame and reached the end of this little episode about the team command. I hope you enjoyed it, and well, see ya.